Julius Caesar is a tragedy. William Shakespeare wrote it. This play is one of Shakespeare's most famous works, and it delves deep into the complexities of human nature and political intrigue. The narrative is rich with historical context and dramatic tension, making it a timeless piece of literature. The play is set in ancient Rome, a city that was the heart of a vast empire. The setting provides a grand backdrop for the unfolding drama, with its majestic architecture and storied history. It recounts the assassination of Julius Caesar, a pivotal moment in Roman history. The conspiracy against Caesar is meticulously plotted, and the tension builds as the conspirators move closer to their goal. We see the aftermath of his death, which plunges Rome into chaos. The public's reaction is one of shock and mourning, and the power vacuum left by Caesar's demise leads to further turmoil. Political chaos and civil war follow as different factions vie for control. The struggle for power becomes a central theme, highlighting the fragility of political stability. The play explores themes of power, ambition, fate, and free will. These themes are universal and resonate with audiences across different eras, making the play relevant even today. Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar around 1599. During this period, England was experiencing its own political uncertainties, which may have influenced Shakespeare's writing. It was a time of political unrest in England, with questions about succession and the future of the monarchy. These contemporary issues are mirrored in the play's exploration of power and leadership. Queen Elizabeth I's reign was nearing its end, and there was widespread uncertainty about who would succeed her. This uncertainty is reflected in the play's depiction of Rome's political instability. There was uncertainty about the succession, which created an atmosphere of tension and speculation. Shakespeare captures this sense of unease in his portrayal of Rome's political landscape. This historical context is reflected in the play, adding depth and relevance to its themes. The parallels between ancient Rome and Elizabethan England make the play a rich tapestry of historical and contemporary issues. The play is based on real events. Shakespeare used historical sources to craft his narrative, blending fact with fiction to create a compelling story. He consulted Plutarch's Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans. Shakespeare dramatized history, bringing the past to life with his vivid characters and intricate plot lines. He explored the human condition, delving into the motivations, fears, and desires that drive people. This exploration makes the play not just a historical drama, but a timeless study of humanity. Julius Caesar is a complex and multifaceted play with layers of meaning and interpretation. Its characters are richly drawn, each with their own ambitions and flaws. It continues to resonate with audiences today as its themes of power, ambition, and betrayal are timeless. The play's exploration of these themes offers insights that are still relevant in the modern world. The play's themes of power, ambition, and betrayal are timeless. They speak to the core of human experience, reflecting the struggles and conflicts that define our lives. They offer insights into the human condition, revealing the complexities of our nature and the consequences of our actions. Julius Caesar remains a powerful and thought-provoking work, inviting us to reflect on our own lives and the world around us. The play features a cast of memorable characters, each bringing their own unique traits and complexities to the story. These characters are not just figures from history, they are brought to life with depth and emotion, making the audience feel the weight of their decisions and the consequences that follow. Julius Caesar, the central figure, is a powerful and ambitious leader. His return from war is marked by triumph and celebration, but it also sets the stage for the dramatic events that follow. His ambition and the perception of his growing power become the catalyst for the unfolding tragedy. Marcus Brutus. A nobleman and Caesar's close friend, he is idealistic and loves Rome. He is torn between loyalty and what he believes is best for Rome. Brutus's internal conflict and his ultimate decision to join the conspiracy against Caesar highlight the themes of honor, patriotism, and betrayal. Caius Cassius. A skilled general, he is the mastermind behind the conspiracy against Caesar. He manipulates others to achieve his goals. Cassius's cunning and persuasive nature make him a pivotal character in the plot as he orchestrates the events that lead to Caesar's downfall. Mark Antony. Caesar's loyal lieutenant. He is a gifted orator. He uses his skills to avenge Caesar's death. Antony's speeches are powerful and moving, swaying the public and turning the tide against the conspirators. His loyalty and determination make him a formidable force in the aftermath of Caesar's assassination. Portia, Brutus's wife. She is strong and intelligent. She is concerned about her husband's secretive behavior. Portia's strength and her poignant pleas to Brutus add a personal dimension to the political drama, showcasing the impact of the conspiracy on personal relationships. Calpurnia, Caesar's wife, she has prophetic dreams. She warns Caesar of impending danger. Calpurnia's visions and her desperate attempts to protect Caesar add an element of supernatural foresight to the narrative, emphasizing the themes of fate and destiny. These characters drive the plot forward. Their relationships are complex. Their motivations are often conflicting. They are all caught in the web of power, ambition, and fate. The interplay between these characters creates a rich tapestry of intrigue and drama, making the story of Julius Caesar timeless and compelling. Each character's actions and decisions ripple through the narrative, leading to a climax that is both inevitable and tragic. Act 1 sets the stage for the unfolding drama. Rome is in a festive mood. Caesar returns victorious from defeating Pompey's sons. The people celebrate him. However, not everyone is happy. Cassius fears Caesar's growing power. He fears Caesar becoming a dictator. He plots to assassinate Caesar. Cassius recruits Brutus. He knows Brutus is respected. Cassius exploits Brutus's idealism. He manipulates Brutus into joining the conspiracy. Meanwhile, Caesar receives warnings. A soothsayer tells him to beware the Ides of March. Caesar ignores the warning. He dismisses it as foolish superstition. Act 2 heightens the tension. The conspiracy gains momentum. Brutus joins the conspirators. He believes he is acting for the good of Rome. He silences his conscience. On the eve of the assassination, Caesar's wife, Calpurnia, begs him not to go to the Senate. She has had a terrifying dream. It foreshadowed his assassination. Caesar, initially hesitant, is persuaded to ignore his wife's pleas. Decius Brutus, a conspirator, convinces Caesar that the Senate intends to crown him king. The conspirators, led by Brutus and Cassius, meet Caesar at the Senate. The stage is set for the tragic events of the Ides of March. Section 5, Act 3, the Ides of March. Act 3 marks the play's climax. The conspirators gather in the Senate. They approach Caesar under false pretenses. They stab him to death. Caesar's famous last words, "Et tu, Brute," express his betrayal. He is shocked that Brutus, his friend, is among his assassins. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal friend, arrives. He pretends to be sympathetic to the conspirators. He asks permission to speak at Caesar's funeral. Brutus agrees. Cassius is wary. At the funeral, Brutus speaks first. He justifies the assassination. He claims it was for the good of Rome. The crowd is swayed by his rhetoric. They believe the conspirators are heroes. However, Mark Antony's speech turns the tide. Section 6, Act 4, Friends Turned Foes. Act 4 focuses on the aftermath of the assassination. The Roman Republic is in turmoil. Mark Antony's powerful oratory has stirred the people against the conspirators. A civil war erupts. Brutus and Cassius flee Rome. They raise armies to fight Mark Antony and Caesar's adopted son Octavius. Amidst the chaos, Brutus and Cassius argue. Their friendship, already strained by the conspiracy, begins to crumble. Brutus is haunted by Caesar's ghost. He is plagued by guilt and doubt. Section 7, Act 5, Philippi's bloody verdict. Act 5 brings the tragedy to its bloody conclusion. The final battle takes place at Philippi. Brutus's and Cassius's forces clash with Mark Antony's and Octavius's armies. The battle is fierce, the outcome is uncertain. Cassius, believing all is lost, takes his own life. Brutus, defeated and despairing, follows suit. The play ends with Mark Antony standing over Brutus's body. He acknowledges Brutus's nobility. He declares Brutus the noblest Roman of them all. With the defeat of the conspirators, Mark Antony and Octavius emerge as the rulers of Rome. The Roman Republic is transformed into the Roman Empire. Section 8, Timeless Themes and Symbols. Julius Caesar explores universal themes: power. The play shows how the pursuit of power corrupts. The characters are driven by their desire for control, leading to moral decay and the ultimate downfall of those who seek to dominate others. It examines the seductive and destructive nature of ambition. Ambition pushes characters to betray their closest allies and make decisions that lead to chaos and bloodshed, illustrating the perilous path of unchecked ambition. Fate versus free will. The characters grapple with questions of destiny. They constantly question whether their actions are guided by fate or if they have the autonomy to change their destinies, reflecting the timeless human struggle with these concepts. Are their lives predetermined, or do they have the power to shape their own fates? This theme is explored through omens, prophecies, and the characters' responses to these signs, highlighting the tension between destiny and free will. Betrayal, trust and loyalty are shattered. The play delves into the devastating impact of betrayal on personal relationships and political alliances, showing how betrayal leads to mistrust and the collapse of bonds. The play highlights the devastating consequences of betrayal. The emotional and societal fallout from acts of treachery is portrayed vividly, emphasizing the far-reaching effects of broken trust. Rhetoric and manipulation. Words are powerful weapons. Characters use their oratory skills to sway public opinion, manipulate others, and achieve their goals, demonstrating the potent influence of language. Characters use language to persuade, manipulate, and incite. The play showcases how rhetoric can be used to control narratives and incite action, reflecting the power of words in shaping events. The play is rich in symbolism. The Ides of March, a symbol of doom and impending tragedy. This date becomes a foreboding reminder of the inevitable downfall that awaits those who ignore warnings and signs. Caesar's ghost represents Brutus's guilty conscience and the haunting consequences of his actions. The ghost serves as a manifestation of guilt and the inescapable repercussions of betrayal. The storm reflects the political and social upheaval in Rome following Caesar's assassination. The turbulent weather symbolizes the chaos and disorder that ensued, mirroring the internal and external conflicts faced by the characters. Section 9, Caesar's legacy, echoes in modernity. Julius Caesar remains relevant today. Its themes resonate with modern audiences. We still grapple with issues of power, ambition, and political intrigue. The play reminds us of the dangers of unchecked ambition. It highlights the importance of civic duty and the fragility of democracy. The play also speaks to the power of language. It demonstrates how words can be used to manipulate and deceive. In our age of social media and political spin, this message is more relevant than ever. Julius Caesar is a timeless classic. It continues to provoke thought. It sparks discussions about the human condition.